So boys and girls, when you sit down, you're going to notice that there is a black piece of paper with your name on it. But hopefully, even before you've seen that, you are going to be selecting a colored piece of paper. You have turquoise, green, orange, yellow, red, or purple to choose from. I happen to choose this turquoise color. Now, when you sit down, there is a whole bunch of stuff that could possibly get this dirty. So you're going to notice that I have a gray placemat here on the table. That's just to keep everything tidy. I'm going to ask you to take your colored piece of paper, put it under the gray placemat for safekeeping, okay? There's 2 layers of gray paper. I want you to put them underneath both so that they're protected. On this side, what I want you to do is to flip it over, and the very first thing you're going to do is create a background. Now, I know that I have a blue oil pastel for my, I have blue paper for my pumpkin. So I may want to choose something different. I think I'm going to choose white. Now, Kusama did 2 different ways of putting on a background. And one of the things you should remember while we're doing is that you don't have to do anything in the middle because you know your pumpkin is going to be going over it, okay? So one way that she did it, I like to call kind of like broken glass pieces or just kind of squares. You just kind of go randomly like this. Please, please, please do not spend a lot of time on this. Do not start making tiny little microscopic things that are going to take. No, it's not worth it. Just fill it in, fill it in, fill it in, go around the edge. The other way that she liked to do a background sometime was with triangles. And so what she would do is just kind of like draw some wavy lines going across like this. And then she would just do like a zigzag. There's no need for you to be individually drawing rectangles or triangles. You will lose your mind. Just go ahead and go like that, okay? So here I have one side of it filled. I have this side over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this up so that you can see me do the whole thing. Like I said, don't spend forever. Now, I have a little guide for you because I would like for you to be independent and not needing lots of help for this project. So I have a little guide here that I'm going to be working on. So number 1 was background. You'll notice it says on black paper, 1 color oil pastel. I'm not going to be adding red and yellow and a whole bunch of stuff to this background. Get it done and get out. So I have it here. I'm going to put this under my gray placemat, and oh, look what I just found. The colored paper I selected earlier. What a coinkydink. I'm going to pull out my gray paper and I'm going to start to work through the instructions that are here for how to draw a pumpkin. Now, you can draw your pumpkin where it's going to be going this direction, wide, which we call landscape, or you can draw your pumpkin with the stem up here being very tall, similar to this one. Totally up to you. I think for right now, I'm going to go wide, and you are going to see me follow the same directions that you are going to do. You are going to use a black pastel. It says right here, draw stem on colored paper, black pastel. And the steps are right here. You start right here with a little kind of semicircle, oval, ellipse, whatever you want to call it. Then you're going to draw 2 sides on it. You're going to put a little smile on the bottom. And then you're going to draw an ellipse. If I come back out, you'll see that my stem is just over there, nice as pie on the top, and I am done. If you can't remember how to do that later, just refer to your little sheet here. Now, we have to put the ribs of that pumpkin on. We're not going to just have one big thing like this. We have to show those sections. Because you're filling it in with dots, it's really a great idea to make your sections large. Believe me, later on, you'll be happy you did. So you're going to start off to the side here. You're going to bounce out, and you're going to come down to the bottom and stop. You will start over here on this side, bounce out to the side, come down, and stop. If you can't remember how to do that, refer to your sheet right here that says draw pumpkin and shows you 2 different ways of drawing your pumpkin. Okay. okay? You don't need to ask for a ton of help. You can do this on your own. Now, as I work my way and make my pumpkin bigger, I want to go higher on this little oval thing here. So I'm going to bump up, come out, and come down. You can even do a little wave if you want to in your pumpkin. It's totally up to you if you want it to be perfectly rounded. Because I still have space on this side, I'm going to go ahead and do that over here. And because I have space on this side, I'm going to go ahead and start way back there, coming around and finishing off my pumpkin. Now here's one that I did in landscape or portrait style, and you can see I have my stem here. And even though I thought maybe I was done right here, I made just a real skinny one right there. That's okay, you can do that, okay? Now, let's move on. If you look here, it says draw a pumpkin. Then it says number 4, cut. Cut, you say. Yes. You are going to take out a scissor and you are going to cut out your pumpkin. Try not to cut off all the black lines because the black lines are kind of cool, but you're just going to get this done. But at this point, your desk could possibly be kind of a mess. You're going to have a black oil pastel. You're going to have the oil pastel that you used the first time. You're eventually going to have scissors, and in just a moment, you're going to have a piece of junky paper. I tend to start to lose my mind when everything around me is messy sometimes. So what you can do before you start on this next step is to kind of tidy up. Put your oil pastels all back on the tray. You're not going to need them anymore. Put this into the bin, and this we will collect up and throw away or put them into the paper recycling. Now, let's talk about your dots. You will see right here on the advising sheet that the dots need to be in a row. If you look at this one that I did here, start with my biggest dauber, smaller dauber, pencil. Dauber, you say? What is a dauber? Well, let me show you. A dauber is a little piece of wood that has a little foamy thingy on it. And you are going to start with the biggest one if you have space. If you have a section that's like skinny like this, you probably don't want to go putting a big old circle there. You want it to fit. So this is going to be up to you to figure out when to use what size dauber. But obviously for this section, I am styling. I can go ahead and begin. Now, when you use the dauber, you take it, you put it into the paint. You don't even need to push down. And then over here, you're just going to push. Now, when I say push gently, I'm trying to see if I can show you a side view. When I say push gently, I'm not talking about doing this. Do you see how I am